Nobody can stop me, nobody can hold me, nobody control me. I'm coming!
Welcome back to another Raw review. I'm your host, The King, and today we are reviewing June 3rd's Monday Night Raw. We back with it. See, I told y'all I was going to be consistent. Told y'all. We start out the show with Michael Cole telling us that the Powerpuff Girls, or Power Buff Girls is what we like to call them, are arriving to Monday Night Raw to address Shayna and Zoe Starks. LeBron's having a match tonight against Ricochet. If you don't know who LeBron is, it's Braun Breaker. And Damian Priest will be taking on Rey Mysterio also tonight. They go over the recap between Dom and Liv from last week with the kiss of death. And we calling it that because Rhea is definitely going to kill this nigga when she shows back up. Liv comes out, cut a promo. She really needs to adjust some of these promos that she's doing because she's starting to sound like Sasha Banks in her promos, and that's not a good thing. Like, it's just a lot of words and awkward laughing in between, and it just don't sound right. Like, she got to fix that. Hella. But she says, "Welcome to the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour," and she says that revenge usually isn't as sweet for other people, but it was sweet as hell for her. And the best part was kissing Dominic Mysterio. Out comes Dom immediately, trying to speak, but of course he's reined in by all the boos. Can't get a word out at all. He says that when mommy comes back, she's gonna kill her for doing what she's done. And then Liv replies, "Well, she's gonna kill you too." She said that it doesn't matter. She told Rhea that she was gonna take everything from her, and that includes Dom. As she approaches Dom, starting to rub him down, Finn just shows up for the save and says the Judgment Day wants nothing to do with her at all. Not even a little bit. And Liv's like, "Hey, listen, I'll go, but I don't think Dom wants me to go at all." And camera pans over. Dom's got a weird look on his face, trying to look away. And when Liv leaves the ring, she starts to massage his head. Yo, listen, Liv's in full go right now for Dom. Like, she out here on his Instagram liking every post and reel he got. Like, she's in full go for Dom right now. Dom got lucky. He got Rhea, Liv, and his wife. So shouts out to him. They showed last week Ludwig Kaiser pulling up on Sheamus and attacking him and injuring his knee. And they have a match tonight. So Sheamus says, "Listen, he's not here for the cheap attacks. If Ludwig wants respect from him, he's got to show it in the ring." So we pan to Sheamus with his fire entry. Listen, I'm glad Kevin Dunn gone, bro. I'm glad Kevin Dunn is gone. Like, real talk. Because, like, the camera work for Sheamus' entrance was great. And halfway through dude's entrance, he catches a chop block from Ludwig to the same injured knee. Right all the way down the ramp. Throws him in the ring. And then they start the match, which I'm like, hey, bro, I could at least give Sheamus some time. But it didn't matter, apparently. And then this whole match, Kaiser was attacking the knee, drop kicking it in the stairs. Like, both of them dudes was like we already know Sheamus is physical in all his matches, but Kaiser was showing some physicality as well. Like, he was turning up. Like, this was a fire match. Fully recommend to go back to see. But Kaiser was working Sheamus's leg this whole match to the point where, like, the ref was gonna literally ring the bell to stop it, and then Sheamus told him no, he wants to continue to fight, and told Kaiser to come on, like pull up, even though he's like half dead in the corner. Kaiser still pulls up, swinging for his life on Sheamus. Sheamus' chest red as hell. They killing each other some more. He catches him with a knee, can barely get in for the pin. Then Kaiser kicks out. He tries to go for the white noise off the top rope, but Kaiser escapes, kicks him in the injured leg, and then rolls him over for a pin, and then gets the W. So Sheamus's leg was his weak point here for this whole match, and Kaiser did the right thing. He targeted it and used that to his advantage. That's what made him get the W. Like, Kaiser is honestly, I didn't really see him as a singles competitor because he's always been in a tag team, but like now I can actually see it. Like this dude, he's got singles vibes to him. Like, I can see him going for a mid-card belt or something, you know. We just need to add more dudes to the Imperium group. Next up, Dom is backstage with Judgment Day and says he's talked to Rhea and he's giving her space, but they should be fine. I don't believe he's been talking the same way how Solo says he's been talking to Roman. I think it's the same thing with Dom. I don't think he's been talking to Rhea at all. Damian says he's gonna make sure that we show that everybody is taken out tonight and handling business, showing that Judgment Day still runs Monday Night Raw. So that was their objective for the night. Rick Ocean, or Ricochet, says that him and Ilya are two different breeds, that they should definitely be here, and this is why they're here now, even though Ilya was trying to tell him, hey, like, you probably shouldn't do this match tonight with Braun. But you know Ricochet's not gonna listen to that. He's gonna go into that match head first. After that backstage segment, we get Finn versus Dragon Lee. Now, Finn was not anywhere close to having an advantage in this match without having help from JD, because Dragon Lee was controlling this whole match, whooping up on Finn. But JD gets involved, turns the matches around in Finn's favor multiple times. Then even Carlito shows up to yank Dragon Lee off the rope. Then Dragon Lee has to take out both Carlito and JD, but doing that got him distracted, and then he catches a drop kick, and then catches the coup de graces to the chest, and then loses. All these distractions, Judgment Day just that's all they got in their Bible. Apparently, that's all they follow is distractions and pull-ups. Because right after the match, they start stomping out Dragon Lee. Then out comes Ray and Braun for the save, and then Judgment Day escape and scurry away. They pan to the backstage where Sammy's gonna come out and talk about the actions of Gable from last week. Then they cut to commercial. Then they pan back, and Priest is backstage telling Carlito that, hey, he needs to book a match tonight against Strowman, and to go tell Adam Pearce about it. Then the funniest part of the segment was when Truth pulls up at the end of it. It's like, man, you know, those times with Judgment Day were stressful, but they were the best times of my life. And Miz is like, bruh, no, these are the best times. Like, we're World Tag Team Champions right now. And then Truth's like, nah, bro, you gotta stop talking about the Judgment Day. You gotta like leave that in the past. You gotta start moving on. It's like, bruh, you the one that keep bringing it up. Like, Truth is gold. Like, he's gold every week he's on here, bro. So Sammy's out there, and he says for Chad Gable to come out, but instead Alpha Academy comes out there and says that words from Chad Gable for Sammy to accept his challenge for a title shot one-on-one. And Sammy's like, all right, it doesn't matter. He accepts it. Like, he'll accept a title shot match for for Clash of the Castle. But after he accepts it, He's trying to convince Alpha Academy that they need to leave Gable, but Gable pulls up, starts stomping him out, and then literally just pure turmoil happens after that, because he's telling Otis to pull up and attack Sammy. Otis doesn't want to do it, so then he gets in Otis's face, and then Tozawa pulls up to try to pull Gable away, and he gets in Tozawa's face, and then Maxine tries to stop him, and he's telling Maxine to get down on her knees and beg, which then he eventually sends him and tells him to get the hell out of his ring. Which listen, you can get some real good heel work from Gable if you just like. I know attacking women is a thing they don't do, but like you could get some fire heat if you just let him do it. Like, bro, like could you imagine him hitting a German suplex on her, or hitting her with a belt, or doing something, anything? Like the heat he would get, it would be nuclear. And as he's yelling at them, Otis pulls up in between, steps in front of him. Gable starts to back up. Then Sammy tries to retaliate against Gable. But then when Otis is turned around, Gable throws Sammy into Otis, and he knocks down Maxine and Tozawa onto the ground, which they get injured from that. And Otis turns around, and Gable's pointing at Sammy. Sammy's pointing at Gable. And they're trying to tell each other, you know, he did this, he did that. And we think that Otis is going to attack Gable, but no, he picks up Sammy, hits him with a world's strongest slam, goes outside, picks up Maxine Tozawa, and then walks to the exit. They go to the back where Gable is thanking Alpha Academy. He's like, hey, great acting out there, you guys. Like, y'all did great. And they're like, nah, bro, we're really hurt. He's like, nah, bro, you'll be all right. You'll walk it off. And then he goes over to Otis and he's like, yeah, see, this is why you're my number one guy. All right, keep it up. You know what I'm saying? This will get us the win for the IC belt. And Otis is just fuming. He's just fuming right now. So listen, when that turn happens, that Clash at the Castle, it's going to be huge. Well, we now get Ricochet versus LeBron. And again, if you don't know who LeBron is, it's Braun Breaker. Get Ricochet versus LeBron. Michael Cole quoted Adam Pearce stating that LeBron is a dog-faced gremlin. Which, if you don't remember that moniker or name or nickname, that's the same nickname that Braun's dad has. So he's just following in those footsteps greatly. Wish he could actually have the last name Steiner, but you know, semantics, I guess. Ricochet starts out hot with a big smack to Braun's face, angering him insanely, but Ricochet uses that to his advantage, using his speed, catching him off guard. But then Braun retaliates and drops Ricochet to the outside, and then drops him on his ribs on the barricade. And from that point forth, Ricochet couldn't do anything at all. The ribs were destroyed. Braun took advantage. Numerous slams, numerous suplexes. Then when Ricochet was on the top rope, Braun literally at full speed leaps to the top, stands up, hits a taunt, and then hits him with a Frankensteiner. Pulls down the straps, breaks him in half with a spear. 1, 2, 3, and Braun gets the W. But that wasn't it, because he was out for some more blood. He was out here gonna slam the steps on Ricochet's head, but then Ilya pulls up for the save. So it looks like we're gonna get some Ilya and Braun action pretty soon, and it's gonna be lit, bro. It's gonna be fire. Like, Raw has probably some of the best talent on there right now. SmackDown is missing a lot of this, like a lot. Triple H was clearly lost after this match because this man was just trying to think of random things to do. So we get Kiana James against Natalya in her debut match, and it was pretty much a simple squash match, kind of. Pretty much, it lasted like what, less than 4 minutes. Like, it was just something random. This man just like, all right, bro, we ain't got nothing else to do. Let's throw these women on TV, have a match. Kiana James gets the W. They called it a big win, but I don't think beating Natalia is a big win, like at all. Karen Cross seen backstage pulling up on New Day again, and when they walk by, he whispers to Wood saying, "After tonight, you won't have to be following Kofi Kingston anymore." So what does it mean by that? Who knows? We'll find out. We get the match between Strowman and Carlito, and it was barely a match because this is mostly a ploy to get the Judgment Day to take out Strowman. And when Dom pulls up with a steel chair, it gets knocked away. And when Braun was coming towards Dom, Liv pulls up for the save, steps in front of it. So Braun ends up getting pulled up on again by Judgment Day, and then they get attacked with a chair, and they beat Strowman down into submission. So far, Judgment Day has been taking over the show. You know what I'm saying? They took out Braun. They stomped out Dragon Lee. So now they're 2 for 2. Now they just need 3 for 3 with Priest and Ray for later on tonight. We get Shayna and Zoe coming out to interrupt Bianca and Jade in the ring, saying that they're going to beat them for their titles and they can beat them easily. And Bianca and Jade are like, you know what? We don't have to wait for the pay-per-view. Let's just have a match right now. So they go into the strength to tag team match, and Bianca was on the verge of winning with the KOD, but out comes Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to pull up mid-match to attack him. And at this point, he ended up just getting a whole 4-on-2 assault. It was a 4v2. Zoe, Shayna, Isla, and Alba all jumped Jade and Bianca because they want a shot at those titles too. So who knows? Maybe we might get a triple threat women's tag team match. Or they might end up having Alba Fire and Isla versus Shayna and Zoe, and they might take the spot. We'll see. We'll see, though. Pay-per-view's in, like, 12 days, though, so they better figure that out. Jey Uso comes out. Dude's still hella over. And he makes the proclamation that he's going to be in Money in the Bank, and he's going to win the briefcase. So we'll see if Jey Uso does that. Honestly, at this point, since he can't win any matches that have the titles in it, he might as well just get the briefcase and cash in. So hopefully he wins that. They pan to the back. Lyra's having an interview, and then she gets pulled up on by Io, who's still off a bean from last week. We then get New Day versus AOP. Kofi gets distracted by Karrion Kross. Woods can't get his hot tag, and from that point on, he just gets destroyed, and they hit him with the Super Collider, and they get the W. So AOP and Karrion Kross have got the New Day completely confused and disorientated. We now reach the main event. We get Ray versus Damian Priest. Ray, for at his age, still moves great. Still puts on a phenomenal match with Priest. But of course, out comes Judgment Day to interfere. Ray's fighting back. Out comes Dragon Lee for the help. They try jumping him. Then Ray does a corkscrew plunge to the outside. But as soon as he gets back in the ring, Priest hits him with the South of Heaven and gets the W. And then before Priest can celebrate, out comes Drew Mackey with the pull-up. Pulls up on him. Starts stomping him out. He tries to pick up the belt, but then the rest of Judgment Day pull up on him, but he takes them out easily. Then when he goes to the outside, clears off the announce table, and he's going to slam Priest into the table, but Priest catches him lacking with a choke slam, drives him through the table, and Judgment Day is now 3 for 3. And they stand tall in the end. And that was Monday Night Raw, y'all. Monday Night Raw needs to be shorter. We say this all the time, but it definitely needs to cut down that hour. But it was still a decent show. Besides the random filler that they had in there. Priest looks strong going into his match against Drew for the world title. Gable looking strong before his match against Sammy. It's good stuff right now. Good stuff. But that's all we have for today. I'll see you later on for the NXT review. This will be the go home show before NXT Battleground. So with that being said, thank you for joining me in the MVPs Lounge. We'll see you next time. The MVPs are out.